Well, it's been, 15, 16 odd hours since the result finally hit full time. 1-1, Liverpool drawing away to Luton, losing the game in the 80th minute from a very quick counter-attack from, it was one of our corners, and Luton basically did what we normally do to teams. I mean, we've scored goals from oppositions, throw-ins, and corner kicks. This sort of stuff, happens to us in our favour, not against us, but they scored a nice little goal. Chong, former Manchester United player, he's on loan or not, from Birmingham, I'm not sure. Anyways, he got himself the goal after coming off the bench, and it looked like it was going to be a very, very big upset. Luton winning 1-0 at home to the mighty Reds, Liverpool FC. Well, badges on that side, and up there it is there. Camera's a bit twisted. Anyways, finish 1-1. Diaz scoring the equaliser at the death effectively. And a nice little ball from Elliott. Kanate hustled hard for the ball, stopped another potential counter-attack to finish it off. Cross goes in, and Diaz is there, back post, floating in, hits over, goes in, finishes 1-1. And shout out to Diaz, like the mental strength and the courage of this guy to come on and play despite the issues that are going on with his father at the moment, still kidnapped and all that sort of stuff. I mean, fair play to him, and lifted up his shirt and had the whole message, freedom for my dad, or whatever it was translated to. So hopefully they fix that, and his old man comes back safe and sound and he can continue going on. But that would have been massive for him, and a lot of people just consoled him at full time. The opposition players as well, they came in and gave him a bit of a high five and a hug. Obviously Klopp with the hug, you've seen in the thumbnail there, and it was a nice moment. But it shouldn't have had to come to Diaz coming on and getting an equaliser for us, because we had 24 attempts. Let me show you this. Let me show you the stats. Look at this. 24 shots, 6 on target. Luton had 8 shots, 5 on target. Very efficient in terms of shots to what was on target. The accuracy was there for them. Alisson had to pull off a few saves, fair enough. Got undone for their goal. But we move. As I said, equaliser, all good, no problems. But where my problem lies is in these 24 shots, I think Darwin Núñez took about 9 of them, and he missed an open goal effectively in that second half, leading up to them scoring a goal, I think 10 minutes later, something to that effect. So very worrying. Diaz had shots first half, hit one from outside the box and tried to curl it in. There was one in the second half, nice little through ball from Salah, quick saved. There was the crossbar hit in the first half as well, the ball over the top, and instead of just like side footing it, I think he tried to do what he did. Was it against Bournemouth, where the ball came in over the top and he just over his shoulder, he looked and just like hit it past the keeper. I think that's what he tried to do, but didn't pull it off on this occasion. And of course, the opening miss, which Salah actually missed the header to begin with. So Salah missed the header. It ended up falling to Darwin Núñez, and then he's just hit it straight over the crossbar. And that was, absolutely insane. And we, at that point, could not have scored if we were in a brothel with thousands of dollars. Could not have scored a goal. But you can see the stats here. 800 plus touches. Almost 660 passes to Luton's 229. Like, we had double the shot. We had more than double the shots. We had double the touches. We had double the passes. Everything was domination for us, but we just could not break them down. So that's fair play to them. Fair play to Luton Town. They did what they needed to do. But it's not to say we didn't get chances. We had plenty of chances. As you've seen there, chances galore. Now, I'm not going to do a flawless and say, give me some clear-cut chances, but because like Hussam's not going to sit there and write every on a piece of pad and paper and do what it is there. But the Núñez shot, the one that hit the crossbar, the shot where keeper saved it, I think he had to pull off a save as well from, was it Elliott? I think he had to pull off a save from Gravenberch as well. Their keeper was on fire. Their keeper was outstanding, I have to say. He was insane. What's his name? Kazin. I should really check his. I really should check the name. Kaminski, Belgian keeper, absolutely on fire in that game. So fair play to him. But again, was it Luton being very, very good, or was us being very, very poor? Because on one hand, you can say, well, if we were missing chances, like if we had shots and are going wide, hit the crossbar, blocked, you would say our finishing was bad. Luton were defending well. They were defending well, but if you're giving up shots and possession in your own box, in your half to the opposition, and they're taking advantage and firing shots at goal, I don't think you're doing a bang-up job defending, because people will say, oh, Luton played fantastic, they defended well. Not when you've had, your keeper pulling off save after save after save. That's our poor finishing. Keeper had a blinder, 100%. Give credit to the goalkeeper. Kaminsky was great. But our finishing was non-existent. I was going to put in the thumbnail Darwin Nunez with a Stormtrooper helmet, because he just kept on missing like a Stormtrooper, taking shots, missing the target. Unfortunately, that's what you get. And no, we do not want Nunez out. I don't, at least anyways. He had a bad game. That doesn't mean he's going to be poor non-stop. He might score 3 worldies in the next match at home to Brentford. Is it Brentford? Yeah, Brentford. So we don't know what's going to happen. That's not to say he's going to go on a miss. I mean, he's got already a good goals and assist return. So he was poor, I have to say. He makes the easy look so difficult and the difficult look so easy. And that's just a part of his makeup. That's a part of his game. Now, we fluffed our lines. As I said, shots come in, keeper saves, missed it, whatever. Salah was off his game. Szoboszlai playing on the left. I don't know why Szoboszlai was on the left. Normally he's on the right. Gravenberch operated on that space there. We had Gomez in at left back, and then Tsimikas came on for him. McAllister at the 6. That's a bit of a problem too. I don't know if McAllister is the answer. He will miss the Brentford game, which is probably better because we've got City coming up, and he's accumulated the 5 yellow cards. So we'll see what happens now. Will he play Endo? I think he has to play Endo now. If I see Klopp playing Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and like a Jones or something like that with no actual defensive mid, I may sit there and think, Klopp, what the fuck are you doing? You have a 6 there who wears not a number 6, but he's there. Please use him. He's proven Japan's captain. He did it in the Bundesliga. Play him in that position. Play Endo. Just give him that and let him do what he does, and let Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, whoever's going to be playing in the midfield, do their thing with the forward line. Hopefully, Diaz gets a couple of goals. He may even start on the bench. Maybe Gakpo might start this game. Jota might start. I mean, who knows what will happen in the lineup? But we'll see what happens there. You got to be clinical. You got to put these chances away. Just absolutely did not. Now, there was one incident as well. The Van Dijk challenge. There was in the 73rd minute a corner that was given to us. I think it was a save, a deflection, and well, I'll just show you the GIF here. So as you look in here, there's Van Dijk, and he's held by number 15. I forget his name. And people might say, yeah, but that happens in the box nonstop all the time. So what are you going to actually do? Complain about that? Well, yeah, possibly, because he was clearly dragged down, held down. There was no attempt to play the ball, and that wasn't even looked at properly by VAR. When I say properly, I mean they didn't even say, yeah, there's a bit of contact there, there's arms, there's a bit of grabbing. You may want to look at this on the monitors. No one actually told the referee to check out the monitors. Andy Madley, the referee. So that was a bit of a question mark there. There was also the handball shout, which is no way it's a handball. Barkley's got his back turned, his arms are like this, and he hits the back of his arm. So you can't give a penalty for that. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't even know the ball's coming back at him. So that was not a penalty shout for the handball, but that definitely could have been. And we've seen what's happened in recent days. Only a couple of days since, with the Arsenal-Newcastle fallout as well. So yeah, there's always going to be these sorts of things. But if Rodri was given a penalty in the Manchester derby when Højlund just grabbed his arm across his chest like this and cuffed him down, this has to be a penalty as well. He's clearly no attempt to play the ball, no attempt to do anything. Tendon Mengi, the defender, no attempt to play the ball, clearly dragged Van Dijk down. So I think referee should have at least looked. I'm not saying it was a penalty, but referee should have looked at it and had a look at the monitors and then made a decision for himself, instead of just saying, yeah, there's a bit of backwards and forwards, there's a bit of tussle in the box, who cares, let it go. Well, you can't do that, because we've seen that happen in the Manchester derby. So consistency, please. But of course, we know there's no consistency with the referees. Anyways, taking a little bit too long here. That's what it is there. But we can't be challenging if we're going to be drawing to teams like this. And it doesn't help when teams like Tottenham, and fans of Tottenham's like Jacob on I listen to and watch This Is Football from Hussam, shout out to him, and he says Fortress, what did I call it? What's the place where they call it? Kenilworth Road, Fortress Kenilworth Road. Well, it can't be a fortress because you've won there, other teams have won there, so it can't be a fortress. A fortress is a place where people just do not get anything out of. So I don't know how you call that a fortress or not. Just say winning there is not for everybody. Don't call it a fortress because it isn't. So they got that there. And I hate when fan channels, they say, oh, we're going to smash them, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, blah, blah, blah. There is confidence. You can be confident in it. But the level of confidence you have, like even me, I'm thinking like, okay, this is going to be a bit of a tricky game. I actually thought, you know what, we'll win 3-0, but it's going to be one of those backwards and forwards games where we're going to get them on a break. We'll score like from a corner or something like that. Evidently, the game didn't pan out that way. There's no game is easy. We play at home. Brentford are not going to be easy to play against because they are going to, cause us some problems. I mean, they beat Chelsea. They beat West Ham. I think they were coming back from being behind in that game or something, and they're winning at 3-2. So fair play to them. But it's not going to be easy. And you can't be drawing games. You can't be dropping points to these lower league teams. With all due respect, this is Luton Town we're talking about here. This is Liverpool. So I'm hoping for a better turnout and a better game against Brentford next week. And before that, we've got Toulouse in the Europa League, which we are cruising. So probably some rotation there. Maybe might play a couple of the first teamers and give them a rest. We'll see what happens. But I'm not expecting the biggest or the best lineup for that game. But we shall see what Klopp does. But in this game here, it was just poor. I mean, we had like 3-point-something XGA, like expected goals, and it just did not happen. It was piss poor. All the possession, all the shots, no finishing. You get stung on a counter attack, and again, thankfully, Luis Diaz gets us the goal. And once again, big ups to him for having the courage and the determination and the will to want to play and perform. And Klopp said, it's up to him if he wants to play. I thought he'd be like left out indefinitely, but he still wants to support the team. So, man, big respect to Diaz, and that guy's mental strength must be absolutely amazing. And you know what? Maybe this will give him a bit of a run now and give him some confidence, and maybe he can reclaim that left wing position that he made his own last season. But we'll see what happens. But in this game here, 1-1. Shambolic bit of play. Should have been different. It should have been 3-0 at least. I would have taken a 3-1, which is a score we're accustomed to. But we move on now. Europa League calls, Toulouse, and then Brentford on the week. Can't afford to drop points against Brentford at home, no less. No chance. I'll be mega pissed if we draw at home to Brentford. I'll be mega pissed.